This is John SCHABEN of the Dunlap Livestock Auction, bringing you our market report from Friday, April 17th, with receipts just a little over 1,000 head on our calf and yearling special today. I guess it took 8 to 10 inches of snow just south of us last night to kick off grass fever here in Dunlap, but it was alive and well, and we were able to show quite a few of those good green grass-type calves today that were sold at prices that really reflected the condition that they represented. And so when I quote you these, the resident highs today, we are talking about cattle that are sure green enough to go to grass and backgrounded right. And then on a couple of the big bunches of yearlings, they were sure presented in really nice fashion today. Backgrounded kind of yearling cattle, but backgrounded right and handled the right way. So all in all, it was a fantastic sale. You are going to see quite a bit of price differences, though, if you get into, I mean, for example, today you'll hear my highs here on these 6-weight steers, but you know, you could be $30 cheaper on a 6-weight steer if there was shown quite a bit of flesh condition. This time of year, I guess that's not anything that's terribly out of the ordinary. I'm going to go down through our resident highs today. Here's 29 steers that weighed 510 pounds that bring 183.50. 27 steers that weighed 546 at 181. Here's 13 steers weighed 623 at 163.50. 19 steers weighed 639. They bring 160.75. Here's 7 steers that weighed 687. They'd be out of them real well sold 5-weight green steers. A powerful set of grass calves. Again, 7 steers weighed 687. They bring $1.60, which figures out right at $1,100 a head. So a crazy good price for a 6-weight steer. Here's 19 steers weighed 711 at 139. And 115 of those backgrounded steers, there was 2 pot loads of them. Sure good quality and backgrounded the right way. They weighed 920 and they brought 118.50. In the heifer division, here's 16 heifers, 489 at 149. 16 heifers, 549 at 144.50. 46 heifers weighed 542 at 142 and a quarter. Here's 12 heifers weighed 688 at 128. 19 heifers weighed 649 at 130.75. Here's 39 heifers weighed 782 at 115. We did get a little package of heifers sold today for replacement. They were sure good enough kind. They weighed 766 pounds. They brought 123.50. I think that figured out about $950-$60 a head on those replacement heifers. So we were very, very excited about the market that was out there today. The producers brought a really good set of cattle. For any of the sellers that happen to be watching this, and I hope you had a chance to watch your cattle sell today. It makes us sick that you're not able to be there while you're selling them. So I hope you're taking advantage of the of being able to watch on the internet. With these mandates that have came down from the governor, I am telling you, we flirted right there with that 25 a person limit, and I don't think anybody's trying to shut us down if we have 26 or 7, but just like our cow sale there on Wednesday, where we actually had to stop it 3 times to ask people to leave. It's pretty difficult to stay at this 25 or under on a good active sale. And I'm telling you, we had all registered buyers in the audience today. I think literally everyone participated in the sale today. So I would have hated to have to do anything without them. I understand as a seller, you probably understand it. I mean, I understand it, but I sure as heck don't like it. And so we're looking forward when we can get you all back in there and represent your cattle. But I can tell you, from the buying point of view and from my point of view, having the privilege to sit up there behind a microphone and sell them for you, that was a heck of a set of calves you brought. And you people are the shining example of what's actually wrong in our industry today. So you know, we're limited in our crowd size, and we had internet buyers today, but we had 25 buyers in the seats. Could you imagine if we had that in our fed cattle markets today, if there were 25 packing plants that were out here bidding on cattle? You know, one of the things we run into today, I mean, we've seen this problem in our fed cattle pricing index for 20 years. Part of me rolls my eyes just a bit about some of the organizations that are starting to come on deck telling about how we're fighting for this mechanism to derive price and everything else when they haven't done a darn thing in the last 20 years to curb what it was in the path we were going down when they all started telling you about how we needed formula pricing and we needed to be sure we were going to get paid for those cattle, the quality we produce and everything else. And then how ironic, that's that same group of people that when we had a opportunity to differentiate our product in the marketplace through country of origin labeling, they lobbied to get rid of it. So I guess sounds pretty hypocritical to me, but lots of the issues that we're facing today with COVID-19 would be fixed if we had 25 buyers in the marketplace. In fact, they'd be almost all over, because first of all, the biggest issue we're running in today is a problem with plant closures. And because we've narrowed this thing down to so few a window, when 80%, more than 80% of our processing capacity is held by 4 entities, that's going to be an issue, and we're not wide enough up at top. So hopefully when they get all done with this thing, they're going to start looking at from a food security standpoint, and what's best for the United States of America would be the fact that if we could spread these things out and have more regional packers, have more people in the marketplace, you would see less market disruption now. And I think most of us know that are in independent production that have supported a price mechanism and price discovery through this whole thing our whole life. That's what's failing us now. So hopefully we can bring some of that back here in the near future. Some of the things you hear out here about regulating how many cattle are going to get put on the open market, on the cash trade, all those things are great. If they came to fruition, I think it would be fantastic. We're going to have to figure that out as we go along and do it. But Lord knows there isn't anybody that doesn't think we should have more people bidding on them. I understand what difficulty the plants run through today with keeping them open. In fact, I understand it, but in the same sense, I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to be that person that's in charge of staffing those plants right now. We cross our fingers. I sit around and hope and pray that this will find its way pretty quick. I do think if we could get these plants open, get them back into production, get our kills back up there where they belong. We've got cutout values that, we'd have a chance to push fed cattle significantly higher in the short term and probably pretty quick. But until we get that thing fixed here in the short term, before we worry about country of origin labeling, before we worry about that our price discovery mechanisms in fed cattle are completely lost and have been for a long time, we've got to get them up and going and get this chain moving again. And I think we face that in all our industry today. So back to our feeder cattle today, I want to send a shout out not only to our consigners, but also our buyers and the people that sit in here and buy these cattle. Appreciate them supporting price discovery, open and fair competitive markets like we had today. Very thankful of that. Very thankful that our markets are open. So I haven't been real happy that our governor took us down to 25 people, but I also want to tell him thanks for not shutting us down, because it would be a travesty to the marketplace today if we didn't have the last mechanism for open and fair markets shut down. So we're happy to be able to provide that today and watch it work in the best fashion that it could in our auction setting today. We'll have another feeder special coming up here in a few weeks. I think it's scheduled for the 8th of May right now. If you've got some feeders to move, would be tickled to come out and look at them and then tell you at least what we think they might weigh and what it looks like today. You can imagine trying to predict markets today or what it's going to be like next week, next month, next year, next hour, for that matter. It has been nice to see the board at least find a little bit of not these limit moves. Every day it's pretty hard to operate in that, so it's kind of been nice to see a little bit more normalcy there, and it would sure be nice if that became a little bit more of the norm. Any questions or concerns, as always, you call us at the livestock auction. You call us on our cell phones. We're sure been fielding a lot of those calls, and understand all the uncertainty that's out here with all our producers today, whether you're feeding them, whether you're producing them and raising them. And that's justified, and hopefully we'll see a little bit more direction from there, a little bit more direction from where the government's going, and then hope and pray that the virus starts to that we find this peak and and maybe this thing starts to level out and things start to open back up, and get people back to get back to work, get back to the right attitude, and hopefully turn the corner on this issue that's sure been a devastating effect to our markets here, to production agriculture. Again, John SCHABEN with the Dunlap Livestock Auction. Thank you.